Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. I'm Philip, and I'm here with my awesome co-host, Sarah.
Hey everyone! We're so glad you could join us today. We've got a fun and informative episode lined up for you, and it's all about something that's close to our hearts: pets and animal care.
That's right. Whether you're a dog lover, a cat person, or even if you have a pet parrot, this episode is for you. We're diving into the world of pets, sharing tips on how to take care of them, and of course, we'll sprinkle in some English vocabulary and grammar lessons along the way.
Exactly. We'll be talking about some interesting words you might hear when talking about pets, words like companionship, veterinary, and grooming. Don't worry, we'll explain everything in a way that's easy to understand.
And to make things even more interesting, we're going to share a couple of fun facts about our own pets. Sarah, do you want to go first?
Sure. So, I have a fluffy cat named Whiskers who loves to steal my socks. I don't know why, but every time I do laundry, I end up missing a sock, and I always find it in her bed.
That's hilarious. I've got a golden retriever named Max, and he's obsessed with chasing his tail. It's like he never gets tired of it. Every time he does it, it's like he's discovering his tail for the first time.
Pets are just full of surprises, aren't they? And that's what makes them so special. So, in today's episode, we're going to cover everything from choosing the right pet to taking care of them, and even some common pet myths that might surprise you.
And along the way, we'll teach you some useful English phrases, idioms, and grammar tips. By the end of this episode, you'll not only know more about pets but also be able to talk about them like a pro.
So, let's get started. But before we dive in, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We've got tons of great content coming your way, and you don't want to miss it.
And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you love pets as much as we do. Alright, let's jump into our first topic: what kinds of pets are the most popular in American households? So, let's talk about the most popular pets in American households. Sarah, what do you think is the number one pet in the US?
Oh, that's an easy one: it's dogs. They're known as man's best friend for a reason. Dogs are loyal, loving, and always ready to brighten up your day.
Absolutely. Dogs are amazing companions. They come in all shapes and sizes, from tiny chihuahuas to giant Great Danes. What I love most about dogs is that they're always up for an adventure, whether it's a walk in the park or a road trip.
Definitely. And speaking of walks, that brings us to some interesting vocabulary. When you have a dog, you'll often hear the word leash. A leash is what you use to keep your dog safe and close to you while you're out walking.
Good point, Sarah. And don't forget about obedience training. This is where you teach your dog commands like sit, stay, and come. It's not just about discipline, it's also a great way to bond with your pet.
Exactly. Now, while dogs might be the most popular, cats are a close second. Cats are known for being independent, but that doesn't mean they don't love attention. They're just a bit more selective about when they want it.
Yeah, cats definitely have their own unique personalities. And speaking of that, let's talk about a fun idiom: curiosity killed the cat. It means being too curious or nosy can get you into trouble. It's a good one to know, especially if you have a curious kitty at home.
Cats are naturally curious, which is part of their charm. But they're also known for their grooming habits. They're constantly cleaning themselves. That's where the word fastidious comes in. It's an adjective that describes someone or something that is very careful about cleanliness or detail, just like a cat.
And if you're a cat owner, you've probably heard the term scratching post. It's a must-have item that helps your cat keep their claws healthy and, hopefully, keeps them from scratching up your furniture.
Let's not forget about the other popular pets out there. Birds, for example, can be fantastic companions. They're colorful, intelligent, and some can even mimic human speech. Parrots, in particular, are known for their ability to learn and repeat words.
That's right. And birds are also a great way to introduce some new vocabulary, like aviary, which is a large enclosure for keeping birds, or perch, which is the spot where a bird sits.
And then there are fish, perhaps one of the most calming pets you can have. Watching fish swim can be incredibly relaxing, and they come in such a wide variety of colors and species.
Fish are fascinating, and they're often kept in an aquarium, which is just a fancy word for a fish tank. Taking care of fish might seem easy, but there's actually a lot to consider, like water temperature and filtration. That's why the word aquatic is important, it refers to anything related to water.
And let's not forget about smaller pets like hamsters, rabbits, and guinea pigs. These little guys are great for families and teach kids about responsibility. Plus, they're super cute.
They really are. And here's a fun grammar tip: when comparing pets, you might use comparatives and superlatives. For example, hamsters are smaller than rabbits, or rabbits are the fluffiest pets.
So, whether you're a dog person, a cat lover, or someone who enjoys the quiet company of fish, there's a pet out there for everyone. And the best part? Each type of pet brings something unique to your life.
Well said, Sarah. Pets really do enrich our lives in so many ways. Alright, now that we've talked about the different types of pets, let's get into something just as important: how to take care of them. No matter what kind of pet you have, making sure they're healthy and happy is a big responsibility.
Absolutely. Taking care of a pet isn't just about feeding them, it's about understanding their needs and making sure they're well cared for in every way. Let's start with one of the basics: feeding. Different pets have different dietary needs, so it's important to know what your pet should be eating.
Exactly. For example, dogs need a balanced diet that includes protein, carbohydrates, and fats. You'll often hear the term nutritional, which refers to how much good stuff, like vitamins and minerals, is in your pet's food. It's important to choose a high-quality, nutritional food that's right for your dog's size, age, and activity level.
And don't forget about hydration. Just like us, pets need plenty of water to stay healthy. Always make sure your pet has access to fresh water. And if you have a cat, you might notice they prefer running water. Many cats love drinking from fountains or faucets.
Speaking of cats, let's talk about grooming. Cats are pretty good at grooming themselves, but they still need a little help from us, especially with brushing to prevent hairballs and keep their fur looking great. If you have a dog, grooming is even more important. Regular brushing, nail trimming, and baths are essential parts of keeping your dog healthy and comfortable.
And this is where the word maintenance comes in. It's all about the regular care you need to provide to keep your pet in good condition. Grooming is just one aspect of maintenance, but it's an important one.
Now, let's not forget about exercise. Just like people, pets need regular exercise to stay healthy. For dogs, that might mean daily walks, playtime at the park, or even agility training. Exercise isn't just good for their physical health, it's also great for their mental well-being.
That's so true. And this brings us to the phrase burn off energy. You might hear someone say, "I'm taking my dog for a walk to help him burn off some energy." It simply means helping your pet get the physical activity they need to stay calm and happy.
Exercise is important for cats, too, even if it looks a little different. Cats love to play, so having toys that stimulate their natural hunting instincts, like feather wands or laser pointers, can help keep them active and engaged.
Another key part of pet care is regular vet visits. Taking your pet to the veterinarian for checkups and vaccinations is crucial for preventing health issues before they become serious. The term preventative care refers to the measures you take to keep your pet healthy, like regular vet visits, vaccinations, and proper diet.
And here's where the grammar comes in: using imperatives when giving instructions related to pet care. For example, feed your dog twice a day, or take your cat to the vet annually. Imperatives are direct and clear, which is perfect when you're talking about important responsibilities.
Let's also talk about pet training. Whether you're teaching your dog basic commands or helping your cat learn to use a scratching post, training is all about consistency and patience. The word obedience is key here. It means following commands or rules, which is what training is all about.
Training not only helps your pet learn good behavior, but it also strengthens the bond between you and your pet. It's a way of communicating and building trust.
And of course, all pets need love and attention. Spending time with your pet, whether it's playing, cuddling, or just sitting together, is so important. Pets thrive on the connection they have with us, and it's a big part of what makes them such wonderful companions.
Absolutely. Taking care of a pet is about more than just meeting their basic needs, it's about making sure they're happy, healthy, and loved. So, whether it's feeding, grooming, exercise, or training, remember that every little bit of care you give your pet makes a big difference in their life.
Well said, Philip.
That was fun! But before we get to those myths, let's take a moment to talk about something that's just as important: our responsibility as pet owners. When we bring a pet into our lives, it's more than just having a cute companion. It's about making a lifelong commitment to their well-being.
Absolutely, Philip. Owning a pet is a big responsibility, and it comes with ethical considerations. One of the first things to think about is where you get your pet. There's a lot of debate about adoption versus buying from breeders. While both can be valid choices, it's important to consider the impact of your decision.
That's a great point, Sarah. Adopting a pet from a shelter or rescue organization is a wonderful way to give an animal a second chance at life. Many of these pets have had a rough start, and by adopting, you're providing them with a loving home. Plus, you're helping to reduce the number of animals in shelters.
And that's where the word ethical comes into play. When you make decisions about pet ownership, it's important to think about the ethical implications. Are you supporting practices that are humane and responsible? For example, some breeders might prioritize profit over the well-being of their animals, leading to poor conditions for the pets. That's why doing your research is so crucial.
Exactly. And speaking of responsibility, let's talk about how pets affect our social lives. Owning a pet can be a wonderful way to connect with others. Taking your dog to the park, for example, often leads to meeting other dog owners and forming new friendships. Pets can really help break the ice and bring people together.
Definitely. Pets can also teach us a lot about empathy and care, which are important social skills. For families, especially those with children, pets can be a great way to teach kids about responsibility and compassion. Taking care of a pet can help children learn to think about the needs of others and develop a sense of duty.
And here's another interesting term: socialization. This doesn't just apply to people, it's also important for pets. Socializing your pet means helping them get used to different environments, people, and other animals. It's especially important for dogs, as it helps them become well-behaved and confident.
Right, and socialization ties back to that word responsibility. As pet owners, it's our job to make sure our pets are well adjusted and comfortable in different situations. This not only makes life easier for us but also ensures our pets are happy and stress-free.
And let's not forget about the idea of commitment. When you bring a pet into your home, it's a long-term commitment. Pets aren't just a temporary part of our lives, they become family members. That's why it's so important to think carefully about whether you're ready for the responsibility before getting a pet.
Exactly. Owning a pet is incredibly rewarding, but it's not something to take lightly. By making ethical choices and being aware of the social implications, we can ensure that our pets live happy, healthy lives, and that we're being responsible owners.
Well said, Sarah. Taking care of our pets is a privilege, and it's up to us to make the right choices for them. Alright, let's shift gears and have some fun with our pets. We've covered a lot of important topics, but one of the best parts of having a pet is the joy and laughter they bring into our lives.
Absolutely. Pets have a way of turning an ordinary day into something special. Whether it's a dog chasing its tail, a cat pouncing on a toy, or even a bird mimicking your voice, these little moments of fun are what make having a pet so rewarding.
And that's why interaction is so important. Spending quality time with your pet, whether it's playing, cuddling, or just talking to them, strengthens your bond and makes them feel loved. Plus, it's a great way to relax and unwind.
Speaking of interaction, let's talk about a few fun activities you can do with your pets. If you have a dog, playing fetch is a classic. It's a simple game that gives your dog a good workout and a chance to show off their retrieving skills. And don't forget the phrase man's best friend, there's a reason dogs have earned that title.
For cat owners, one of the best ways to interact with your feline friend is through play. Cats love to chase and pounce, so toys like feather wands or laser pointers are perfect for keeping them entertained. And it's a great way to tap into their natural hunting instincts.
And let's not leave out the smaller pets. If you have a rabbit, guinea pig, or hamster, setting up a little obstacle course with tunnels and toys can be a fun way to engage them. It's not only entertaining but also a good way to keep them active.
Exactly. No matter what kind of pet you have, finding ways to interact with them is key to keeping them happy and healthy. It's all about creating those special moments that make pet ownership so rewarding.
And don't forget, interacting with your pet is also a great way to practice your English. You can talk to your pet, give them commands, or even narrate what you're doing in English. It might feel a little silly at first, but it's a fun way to improve your language skills.
That's a great tip, Sarah. Pets don't judge, so they're the perfect audience to practice with. Whether you're working on your vocabulary, pronunciation, or even trying out new idioms, talking to your pet is a great way to build your confidence.
So, go ahead and have some fun with your pets. Whether it's through play, cuddles, or conversation, those moments of interaction are what make the bond between you and your pet so special.
Well said, Sarah. Now, stay tuned because we're about to bust some common pet myths and reveal the real facts behind them. You don't want to miss this. Alright, it's time to dive into some pet myths. There are so many things people believe about pets that just aren't true. So let's set the record straight and uncover the real facts behind some of these common misconceptions.
Let's start with a classic one: cats always land on their feet. It's true that cats are pretty agile and have a natural ability to twist their bodies in midair, but that doesn't mean they're invincible. While they often do land on their feet, it's not guaranteed, and falls from significant heights can still cause serious injuries.
That's a great one to debunk. Here's another myth: dogs can only see in black and white. In reality, dogs do see colors, but not in the same way humans do. They see the world in shades of blue and yellow, which is why certain toys or objects might stand out to them more than others.
Another common myth is that fish only have a 3-second memory. This couldn't be further from the truth. Fish are actually quite intelligent and can remember things for months. They can even recognize their owners and learn simple tricks.
And speaking of intelligence, let's talk about the myth that certain dog breeds are naturally aggressive. This one is really important to clear up. The truth is, a dog's behavior is more about how they're raised and trained than their breed. With proper socialization and training, any dog can be a loving and well-behaved companion.
Absolutely. And here's one more: rabbits are low-maintenance pets. While they might seem like an easy option, rabbits actually require a lot of care and attention. They need a proper diet, regular exercise, and social interaction to stay happy and healthy.
So, as you can see, it's important not to believe everything you hear about pets. Understanding the facts helps us take better care of our furry, feathered, and finned friends, ensuring they live their best lives.
That's right. The more we know, the better we can provide for our pets and debunk those myths that might lead to misunderstandings. So next time you hear something that sounds a little off, do some research and find out the truth.
Well, that was fun. We hope you learned something new today. Stick around, because we're wrapping things up with a few final thoughts and tips to help you be the best pet owner you can be. Wow, what a journey we've been on today. From exploring different types of pets to diving into the essentials of pet care, and even debunking some common myths, we've covered a lot of ground.
We sure have, and we hope you've enjoyed it as much as we have. Taking care of a pet is such a rewarding experience, and it's important to remember that our pets rely on us to make informed, responsible choices.
Absolutely. Whether you're a seasoned pet owner or just thinking about bringing a new pet into your life, remember that every little bit of care and attention you give makes a huge difference in their well-being.
And don't forget, the bond you share with your pet is something truly special. It's not just about the responsibility, it's about the joy, love, and companionship that pets bring into our lives.
So, thanks for joining us today. We hope you found this discussion helpful and that it inspires you to be the best pet owner you can be.
And if you have any questions or topics you'd like us to cover in future episodes, feel free to reach out. We love hearing from you and learning more about your pet experiences.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for notifications. Until next time, take care of yourselves and your furry, feathered, or finned friends. We'll see you in the next episode.
Bye for now, and happy pet parenting!